Hey, y'all. I'm like, ooh, who better to vent to than y'all? Hopefully, I get some of y'all to join me, and we can discuss how we're feeling about all calm, and I am calm, but I've tried to be patient. Good morning, sunshine. With this situation, and the longer it goes on, the more irritated I get. I don't like being hoodwinked. I don't like being bamboozled. I don't like being treated as common sense escapes us. Oh, Fifi's fine. She's curled up lovely on the couch. But how are you and yours? Yeah, the longer this shit goes on, seeing such dysfunction in just a global WTO, they're not mentioning all the impoverished nations that are supposedly impacted by this. This really does seem to be a first world Google last night about whether or not, no, I wanted to know how many countries there were. 195, but I think only 193 were counted. So if there are 145 nations impacted, how come we're only hearing about? I don't see no YouTube footage. Nothing. I'm really confused. I'm glad your weekend's going good and you're keeping busy. I'm keeping busy too. I am. But I'm really tired of seeing, what's that mayor? Kumo? Are y'all getting a feed down there? Kumo? So, to the news feed. Because if I tune in too long, then, you start to buy into the bullshit. I don't see enough neighborliness. I don't see enough togetherness. I don't see enough compassion. I really don't. And I want to. And I keep looking for it. And it's like hit or miss, hit or miss, hit or miss. It's not what we're supposed to be. This being a purge, and it is, in essence. It's those people who... Ooh, I just saw the judgment card. See? Coincides. It's not really a discussion if it's one way. You know? And what can we do? What can we do? What have we been doing, right? What have we been doing? You got the light oracle cards? Angel whispers. Let's see. What you gonna give me? Excellent. Ooh. Interesting. Regretting some action they didn't take. Speak up first. Say what they knew. Huh. Interesting. And who might that? Ah. Government. Okay. Okay. I get what y'all saying with that. There's nothing we can do about what's already transpired. 5 of Cups. Nothing. No point trying to change some shit that already has happened. It's It's already happened. And I like the repeating cards. The energy anyway. 5 of Cups here. 3 cups above, reaching back. 2 right there beneath. So perfectly good. Something that can be done in a harmonious way. And then we have here 2 of Cups with the page. See the 2 and then the 3. Same. Then we have 9. But anyway, it's I'm cold, so I feel a little. If you hear me shaky, that's why I'm cold. We have to do our best to block out the negativity. That's me too, because I feel really, really, really like, I don't want to say I'm over it, but I guess I am over it because it doesn't make sense. I hear what's being said, it don't make sense. I'm supposed to only focus on what it is that can be proven. I'm looking at the dictionary and the King of Swords hand. Speak only what are facts. Can raise some good questions though. But it only is beneficial if it's forward. The message still has to be love. The message still has to be compassion. And I think that's probably what bothers me the most about what it is I'm seeing. The irony of the situation is that most of us had already been practicing forms of social distancing. What do you think social media is? The capacity to communicate with people at a safe distance, whether you know them or not. I mean, it's weird. Maybe not such an abrupt, harsh label has ever been placed on it, but that's really what it is. What most people are having trouble with is not having freedom of movement. Be able to come and go as they please. Hi, Nikki. Yeah. That's really what it is. It's the cabin fever. A lot of us have opportunities to do work from home, to create new enterprise in the interim. And that's what we all should be focusing on, if possible. You see, even here in the Ten of Pentacles, very comfortable at home. Loved ones, look like FaceTime, don't it? Boom, boom, boom. Checking on the relatives, checking on whomever, the same way we had been. I believe there's a natural questioning of this coming, though. I believe this is what the youth are questioning. It's starting to be a problem. Elaborate, Nikki. What do you mean by that, honey? I'll wait because I want to know what you mean by that. I see a showdown between youth and authority coming. Mental preparation. I would agree with that. I absolutely. I think that's why so many light workers were activated simultaneously to continue to try to raise the vibration of the collective as fast as possible. All of us reaching out and connecting with our soul tribes, to try to reduce the purge, if you will. Because I know I felt like I was talking to friends and family till I was blue in the face about, detoxing energy, releasing things that don't serve them, and all of that, even myself. And then it's like, I'll be honest, when people repeat shit to me from another person and that good advice was already given to them, it does bother me just a smidgen, especially when it's like friends and family. My sister's good for that, though. My mother, much wiser than myself and always will be, excuse me, was putting us on to a lot of deep knowledge. Yo, here too, have y'all seen the military helicopters flying over? The black ones. Like, I don't know about you, but in my area, I know which helicopters is which, whether medical, news, whatever, personal. It's been wild. Like the communication, the different chatter, it's been wild. Not unexpected. I mean, I feel like I've been around long enough to put some pieces together. And I actually have always enjoyed history. I love archaeology. I love anthropology. I love the study of governments and all of that. Like, and so when you see things happening that you've already been taught in school and then had the whole unabridged access, unadulterated access to the internet, you can find in libraries, let's not forget libraries, reading, free Google books, PDFs, download, all sorts of shit, right? To actual history. And then you see a repeat. And I'm like, and it's so funny because I remember like 2 weeks ago, not even, I was like, man, we need some Reaganomics. And I've never been a Reagan person. I want y'all to know that, never. And so for me to have said that, that was really a channel coming through. Because if you look at what's happening right now, this is like a page out of the Reagan playbook with some twists and some spins. Like, he brought us out of a recession then, so if you will, with the war on drugs and that invisible enemy he was prepping us for. I'm like, oh my God, just go back and watch the speeches out of their own mouths. Like, this is wild, man. I mean, I said it was a biological weapon from the beginning. I was like, this shit, from all the misinformation that was being put out there, I'm like, nah. And y'all talked about some shit y'all have known about since the 80s. Nah, bruh. Nah, this ain't new. Some bullshit. They keep spinning bullshit. And they keep comparing it to World War II. Remember all the xenophobia that was happening with the Japanese when they were putting them in isolation camps? Like, come on, y'all. Like, it's been strange. It is an unprecedented time, to quote that man. Yup, as I live and breathe. Oh yeah, honey. I remember watching Zeitgeist years ago. Years ago. And these motherfuckers messed around and told us that they was planning some shit called a culling. Which is, when they thin a herd. I was like, okay, mental note to self. Remember that. That shit seemed real important. Thinning herds, I keep telling people there's no need for population control. There's more than enough to go around. Like, they literally did a study where every man, woman, and child on planet Earth could comfortably fit in the state of Texas, y'all. Do you realize that? And that would leave the whole rest of the fucking earth for production, agriculture, safe. You understand? Like, they be lying to people. They be straight fucking lying. And then here's how information come together. You know, we all been in a Netflix hole, I would think. When you ain't watching your local news or CNN, right? Or playing with your kids or, you know, living life. You go to Netflix. You know. And so I watched this movie called The fucking Platform. Shit. Look, I know how it sounds, but I don't give a fuck how it sounds no more. I really don't. This shit feel like some Cold War shit we in the middle of. I'm like, y'all remember? But anyway, in the movie, they had a prison. Now, if you've seen this shit, type, I've seen this shit. Now, there was 2 people to a platform. Nobody knew exactly how many floors this shit had, right? At the very top was this crazy fucking chef, right? An instant. I know they got that on Netflix too, Pandemic. I think I seen that years ago. Or something similar to it, Outbreak, Pandemic. Oh, wait, did y'all catch CNN last night? Where they were showing the documentary movie, but it wasn't a documentary. It was about Ebola, the epidemic they had in West Africa, right? And it was made by someone who had lived through the experience, and it was so realistic. I'm like, y'all playing this shit at 11, nearly midnight, when people are fucking half sleep, half delirious. Like, these are scare tactics. I feel like I'm stuck between boiling point and scare tactics. Anyway, I digress. Go watch Platform. I don't want to give the shit away, but I will tell you, one of the levels was 333. And that shit, I was like, motherfucker, here we go again. Synchronicities. But it was pertinent. It was a big message to this shit. It's a little savage, but it's a point to it. I don't want to give the shit away because I think it's trending like number 10 in the country or something like that. Go watch Platform. It is actually very poignant to what's happening right now with the scarcity of the medical supplies and people hoarding and panic buying and thinking about only themselves and not the rest of fucking humanity. What good is hoarding goods going to do for you if everybody know you got said goods? All you did is make yourself a target. It's the whole parable. You give a man a fish, he eat for a day. You teach him to fish, you know, he eat for a lifetime. It's a reason why they're giving out free hand sanitizer recipes all over the internet, because scarcity, right? Motherfuckers lose their mind. Scarcity. I know I received a video from young people up in Newark, right? You know, young people of colorful persuasions, you know, urban knights, as I like to call us, urbanites. There is this thing that happens when you give everybody a reason to be at home, right? Some shit that never happens. People want to congregate. They want to come together. And so they had what looked like SWAT and, like, you know, the prep for the National Guard to come in. And there's a young man speaking loud, you know, utilizing his First Amendment right. Speaking a little reckless, in my opinion, bringing too much agitation his direction. I haven't been on IG, so I haven't received anything because I don't get the updates. Once I turn that shit off, it just stopped. Right. But they were showing you, right? It's interesting. Large congregation. I didn't see Newark's numbers jump. It's like in between the lines of everything that's going on, for all the misinformation, you have these people telling you, listen, you shouldn't go to the hospital if you think you got this shit. They're warning you now. You check in, it might be like a roach motel. You don't check the fuck out. I personally don't know anyone who has been afflicted by this. Do y'all? I really want to know. Please let me know. I hope not. I pray not. But I like to play the 6 degrees of separation game, and I like to pare it down because I live in a major city, but it's small by, standards. And here I say I know at least a third of the fucking population. And so praise the Lord on high, but not one. So I think it's real interesting how they keep showing us fucking numbers on a screen. And realistically, those numbers are the equivalent of people dying of natural causes. I'm not discrediting loss of life because all life is precious, but I'm just saying. Shit seem funny. Seem real funny. Medical personnel, like, and I know, like, y'all, like, we all got a bunch of kin and relatives who work in the medical profession. Has anybody gotten a WB from a family member? Has anyone gotten a stressed out phone call? Oh my God, the hospital's overran. Oh my God, I don't know when I'm going to get home again. Has anybody received these conversations, these text messages, anything from a loved one? Not like that. I just don't know. Mm, 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 mm. This is a turning point. But this is a turning point for us as people more than it is for governments and world governments. Hold on, I don't know what's going on with the... Where is the... Oh, it's down here. Hold on, y'all. I want to clean the camera real quick. It looks smudged. Excuse me. Right. Right. And I pray you don't get them calls, but I just think it's highly improbable for as many people and as many family members we have collectively in the healthcare industry, whether nurse practitioners, registered nurses, doctors, surgical techs, hygienists, not one, not one. I'm like, am I the only one who sees this as like all the shit that all the Republicans have ever talked about, even Democrats here and there? Bill Clinton even mentioned this shit, a new world order, a new world order, a new world order. It's the craziest shit. And here we are as I live and breathe. They've done it. They've closed borders. Schools have stopped. Distribution is slow. I mean, I've never been to a true communist country. I went to a socialist republic in France, and that was okay. But that's not my country. I'm just saying. I'm looking at this magician card, and I'm looking at all these tools right here. These are our opportunities. The government's only thinking about money and how it benefits them and their personal portfolios. When because they're talking about us protecting the greatest generation, and they do deserve protecting, because I love my grandparents and even though I don't have any on earth anymore, I love them, and my father, who was part of that generation, I respect their contributions. But if the millennials and Gen X and the Ys is the dominance here, then who really is greatest affected by this bullshit? Who should be rallying the loudest through this? We've got elections canceled. Right. I feel like they laughing their asses to the bank. $2 trillion? Really? Right. What do you mean, Z? Wait, what is, oh, Puerto Rico Island. Okay. Got you. I mean, I would dread being stuck in New York City right now. All those people on an island. How many times have they shown us how easy it is to stop the flow? I mean, what they're doing in Arizona is unnecessary. It's not even a highly dense state. I mean, some of this shit that's happening is crazy. This is like a gross abuse of power. The National fucking Guard, though? Really? I'm just saying. I'm just a regular person. Mm, mm, mm. We need to make sure we as a people express, communicate compassionately so we get what it is we want. And make sure they don't rush in real quick, trying to patch everything up, push all the evidence away. Look at that shit like, ooh, no, let me push that away. Meanwhile, everybody's confused and there's infighting. All because they're trying to force this change. But it's like, I say that, but there are powers much bigger than myself, for sure, that are doing this. Hey, Love Bug, how are you? Right. See what I mean? See what I mean? Now, I heard somebody mention, and it's funny because I don't even want to keep saying it, but that's what this shit is. When you got to stop movement, shelter in place orders, like, what the fuck? That sound like martial law. And it's not funny, but I remember back in January, I was like, shit, this feels like what they did with SARS. I knew a woman who was in China at the time who was traumatized by the things she saw by the Chinese government during that. Like, they were shooting motherfuckers for opening their door. Right now, they trying to see how compliant folks are. And why not, right? Just saying. I think it's real interesting that we had to wait for confirmation on common sense shit. Since when don't the sun kill viruses? Since when doesn't ultraviolet light do what it's always done? Since when doesn't the heat? You know what I mean? It's funny, like, people want to say Trump is this and that, but you got to read in between the lines. Like, he tells real truth in there. But he speaks so much bullshit, it's hard to discern. Seriously, it is crazy. But it's like, at some point, we have to bring our own gut instincts online. We have to bring our own knowledge to the surface where it becomes wisdom when we start applying it. Yeah, but is he sick? Is she sick? You know what I mean? I've heard some interesting things, and I mean, it's third party information. I can own that. But I've heard people say things like they're paying these athletes to say that they have this shit. You know what I mean? And it's so funny because I even heard on CNN this guy talking about, well, you can manifest symptoms. I'm like, what the fuck? What? And I've been recording sound bites. Oh, tell baby girl happy birthday. Give her huggies. Lots and lots of huggies. I'm like, yo, are these people tripping? I'm like, we all know about psychosomatic. That's why I'm like, yo, is it really is it an epidemic? Because I know what that means. But it's really a pandemic because they're preaching fear. All I can say is, right, I know on my channel I have a list of Reiki music. Y'all go searching for the energy detox music. Do sound baths. Keep your environment high vibing. Keep your auric field clear and flushed at all times. There are things as spiritual practitioners that we must be doing. And we do it for the benefit of the all. We don't owe rhyme nor reason or explanation to nobody. Much more energy and much more power than people are allowing themselves to use right now. You don't have to be manipulated. You can do your own sorts of manipulation, but for the good. You can do a lot right at home. I know some of y'all being pinged like, what can I do? Take the hints, take the spiritual nudges. Right. And then look, did y'all see this morning, right? They said Joe Biden had 1,111 electoral votes, delegate votes or whatever it was for the whole process so far. And Sanders had only like 800 or something. But I was like, see, there go the numbers again. This is part of the ascension. This is part of the global ascension. And those people, we've been warning about this for a long time, y'all. This is what we were trying to avoid. Mass casualties. Vibrationally. You know them low vibing people. Negative inside and out. Right. Telling people, oh, you don't need to be tested. We need to. And look, what's fucked up, they said they want to start testing asymptomatic people. Did y'all hear that? That they want to, if you don't even have no symptoms, they want to test you. The fuck are they? What? Yeah, pay attention. Pay attention. That's why I was like, yo, how much of this bullshit can you eat before you just call fucking shenanigans? This is tiring. This is agitating. I mean, it is a fucking ghost town. I just want people to be respectful to one another. Say, hey, how you doing? This doesn't mean you should just be the biggest dickhead you could ever have been. The fuck is wrong? This is the complete opposite reaction we should be having. I mean, it really is irksome. Now, all of a sudden, everybody got fucking cooties. What the fuck? Everybody already had cooties. And I know this is going to sound real morbid, right? But I'm at the point where I'm going to need to see some proof. I know there are people from all over the world. Have you seen a body bag? They showed a picture of a gentleman on a respirator, and I'm like, no offense, that's any nursing home, any ICU. I'm like, it's spin. I was too, and I'm like, today, I said, no, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need to do all that. No, fuck that. Fuck my life up because I got all this time. No, I'm gonna be much more constructive. This is ridiculous. This is people sleeping. Keep them dull. Keep them pacified. Bread and circus 101. Last time I was talking to y'all is I heard kids say shit I ain't heard them say since the 90s. They want to play tag. They done played themselves out on video games. It's like now all of a sudden they can't go outside. Exactly. You know how many people are compromising their immune systems even more by all this alcohol they're drinking and shit? Like, nah, it's a trap. It's a trap. All of it. I know here, they boarded up the fucking liquor stores. They gave everybody a deadline. Get your booze. Because for the next couple weeks, there will be no accessibility. And I literally drove past and I was like, oh my God, what is that? I was like, they really boarded up the liquor stores. I was like, y'all tripping. I'm like, if you think a couple plywood boards is going to stop a real alcoholic in the middle of a Jones, you don't know. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing, I really work a lot, like a lot. And I'm like walking around bit like, hey, y'all want, I could stock. Like, huh. Nah. I mean, we still got like, I just think it's funny. Like, oh yeah, they're playing with that too. There's strong recommendations to be in the house by 8. I know New Jersey just put in a statewide ordinance. So did California, like all over the news. They're like, oh, 84 million Americans on lockdown, curfew. Like, man, y'all saying the wrong shit. Y'all don't know how to keep the action they looking for. And that's the sad part. That's why I'm like, nah, y'all. We got to do better with the energy. We got to do better with, you know, even being neighborly, even within the social distancing parameters. It does nothing to speak to another human being. Anybody else getting a buffer? Get the fuck away from my door. Oh my gosh. I'm about to open the door and be ignorant as shit talking about social fuck. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right. I can't tell if it buffer on this side. Only time I could tell if it says reconnecting and I lose my connection. Otherwise, to me, it's a fine stream. Okay. Let me see if I move it out a little. I gotta tell me that so I know. So I can complain to the right people. You know, I can't complain if I don't know. You know what it is? It's because my network is T-Mobile. And T-Mobile's about to push everybody over to 5G on some bullshit. And so, you to something else. Now, they got to be careful because I know when they did that with the 4G and forced everybody to buy new fucking phones, there was a class action lawsuit. And so, all I'm saying is, if that happens, y'all, be ready for the notices for the class action lawsuit. So you, too, can get your money back because it's bullshit what they're doing. All of it. It's all bullshit. It ain't for nobody's benefit for those they newsy fucking ass trying to triangulate people's coordinates and like really. I'm really not in a nice sort of mood right now. I really wish I was. I'm not though. Like I'm calm, but the empath in me, I don't want to be nice. I want to be nice means stupid. Fuck all that. Look, magician again. Now we gonna manifest a better way. We are. It's gonna take some time. Gotta shield some things out. See, out of all the tools, right, that the magician has, the Knight of Pentacles comes out. And so it's something real. It's an earthly thing that needs to be forged. But I also see that Oh, shit, boo. Some of us is manifesting money coming in. All right, I see that. It's going, you know, it's going to slowly return. Slowly return. Nidra, I love you, but what's today? Sunday? You in love all the time, baby. Oh, I'm not throwing shade. I'm not. I think it's fabulous to be able to experience such deep connective emotions with people. It's all brand new. Don't look towards the past. This new thing gonna balance out. Well, alright, alright. Time to put some new effort into it. Mm-hmm. I would love to go shopping, ZZ. I would love to go shopping. Stand. Swift action. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. 740. Okay. You know, I find most Leo men don't deal with no well. Ooh, that sounds fun. I don't like the camera down here. Oh shit, it froze.